Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/maliciouscompliance. So sit back, relax and enjoy some satisfying stories. Teacher wants an English paper? Teacher gets an English paper. Many years ago, when I was a junior in high school in a very small town, I had one memorable English teacher who I'll call Difficult Teacher. As a bit of background, my dad was the principal of the elementary school and the high school science teacher. This is important later. I was a good enough student that I was bored most of the time, and as a result, I got creative at finding innovative and fun things to do, both in school and out of school. I was also a bit of a smart butt. This is also important to the story, and the teachers knew it, but most just ignored it. Difficult Teacher was a very thorough old school teacher who was very demanding of her classes. For some absolutely unknown reason, we were studying Middle Ages English literature one term, and we had to read a lot and write a lot of reports. After one assignment that I'd done so on, I was bored out of my skull with it. Difficult Teacher called me out about my paper in front of the whole class, noting that I wasn't doing as well as she felt I should and that she expected more effort from me. Several times she made the point that this was English class, not science, and I needed to make my papers read like an English paper, with proper prose and creative use of phrasing and words, and that this was not Dad's science class, and I was expected to do more than recite facts in a boring list. This was highly embarrassing and I was ticked. She even told Dad in a faculty meeting since he was at the school, and he publicly suggested that I try harder. He told me he had to say that for show. Really, as long as I did well in science and maths, he wasn't too upset. He was cool. He let me do lots of stuff in the science labs that I really shouldn't have, but those are a lot of other fun tales. We had to read a section of the Canterbury Tales for a major class assignment that was due at the end of term and was a big part of the term's grade, and Difficult Teacher repeated aloud in class that she expected me to write a proper and thorough English paper on the subject, embarrassing me for a second time. I was royally ticked by her special attention, but then I had an idea. An awful idea. I had a wonderfully awful idea. She must have guessed that something was up from my smirk, so she clarified. An English paper written in English. All the teachers knew I was fluent in a foreign language. Detail not important. I just nodded, still grinning. Cue the malicious compliance. She wanted me to write a proper English paper? Well, she was going to get precisely what she asked for. The internet hadn't been invented at the time, so for almost 3 weeks I spent long hours, quite a bit of my free time, in the school and town libraries, even reading what I needed when I was in boring classes where I really didn't need to pay attention. Some nights I stayed up late reading and working on that paper. I have never ever put so much effort into a paper before or since. Mum thought it was nice that I was applying myself. Dad knew I was up to something, and he didn't ask because he was curious about what I was doing and how it would play out. Finally, the day came to turn in our papers, and with a huge evil sneer, I dropped a thick report on her desk, probably at least 4 times as much as anyone else had written. My best friend saw my grin and knew it was about to get entertaining. He wasn't wrong. The Difficult Teacher looked smugly at my thick report, probably figuring she'd finally managed to get me to work harder. In front of the class, she picked it up to look at, but as she started to read, her smile faded and she frowned, and then she turned a lovely shade of red. I swear, if it was a cartoon, she'd have had steam coming out of her ears. She snarled, "Come with me," and practically dragged me by my wrist straight to the high school principal's office. Before he could say anything about the sudden interruption, she practically threw the paper at him and loudly demanded that I be suspended for at least a week for making a mockery of a class assignment. I would have missed end-of-term tests with no possibility of making them up, and that would have really hurt my grades. The principal looked at her, then at me, then at the paper. As he read, he was puzzled. He looked up at me. "What is this?" Without batting an eye, I explained. Difficult teacher wanted a proper English report on the story we were assigned. It was from the Canterbury Tales. I made sure I wrote it in proper English, just like the story. She started to yell about what she really meant and how I could not understand simple English, which was convenient timing because Dad coming into the administration offices, and when he heard the ruckus, he joined the impromptu meeting, which he could legitimately do since he was the elementary principal. Difficult teacher grabbed the paper back from the high school principal and shoved it at Dad. "Look at this. This is what your son gave me for a report. I want him suspended for deliberately defying my instructions and trying to make a mockery of me." Dad looked at the paper, then at me, then at difficult teacher, then back at me. "What's going on here?" He didn't sound angry, just curious. She started to rant again, but Dad cut her off and looked at me. I explained. We read Chaucer, and difficult teacher very pointedly told me in front of the whole class, twice, that she expected me to write a proper English report written with proper creative prose on the story. So that's what I did. I tried to look innocent as I shrugged and smiled. It's probably not perfect, but it's the best I can do. The library doesn't have a lot of stuff in the original English of the time period. As soon as I'd explained what I'd done, Dad and the high school principal realized that I'd just really pulled one over on the difficult teacher. The high school principal was trying to keep from laughing, while Dad just impassively looked at her. "Is this a report in English appropriate to the time period of the original story?" But... She stopped talking and her expression soured. She finally caught on to what I'd done. I think so. Difficult teacher finally admitted, looking like she'd sucked on a lemon. Seeing the looks on Dad's and the high school principal's faces, she had to try and cover her tracks. "I'm not an expert in late medieval English." The high school principal managed to speak without laughing. "Grade it accordingly." Difficult teacher's jaw dropped. "According to the period English," he added. But, difficult teacher was stammering, still trying to get at least a minor win. "You didn't say that he couldn't write it that way, so you need to grade it accordingly," the high school principal directed. "But that'll take hours." Her expression told me that I'd won this round. "He put the effort into the paper," the principal continued, "so you need to put effort into grading it." He must have suspected something because he added, "fairly." Defeated, she led me back to the classroom. "You got me, this time," she grumbled on the way. In the classroom, she came up with some lame excuse about why we'd left, but after I told my friend, word got around fast. Every time she glanced at me for the rest of the day, I couldn't help but grin. Sure, it had been hard work, but seeing the look on her face when the principal told her to accept it and grade it made it all worthwhile. And I didn't hate her. She was a good teacher. She just stepped over the line in calling me out publicly, so I gave her what she asked for. I got a decent grade on the paper, by the way. Not as high as I thought the effort should have earned, but good enough. You see, now all we need is for the original poster to rewrite that post in Old English and see how long that takes. Learned real quick about malicious compliance while doing high-end construction. Years ago, I was doing construction for a casino, in the restaurant portion, while another company was working on the hotel. The general contractor was notorious for being a Richard and insisted no extra work was to be done without prior written authorization and approval by the owners and architect. Basically, follow the plans exactly. This happens time to time, and usually they find little mistakes and submit an update and approve the added expense. Not this time. 10 floors were built exactly per plan. The top 2 were luxury suites, marble floor to ceiling in the bathrooms, really expensive stuff. Towards the end of the job, they're walking off the suites. Probably 95% of everything is done. Where's the light switch in the bathroom? Head electrician just smiles. None in the plan, sir. We followed the plans to the letter just like you said. No lights, no switches. He could hear screaming several floors down. They ended up having to rip out marble in every bathroom to run pipe for wire and all the lights and switches, but didn't lift a finger until they were guaranteed in writing they would be paid for the extra work. Wow, I don't know much about construction, but ripping out marble, that's gotta be expensive, right? You can't just take it and then reuse it. Do you have to destroy it or something? You want me to see the doctor? As a teen, I worked under the golden arches of McDonald's. I was treated badly on the daily, always catching the bad jobs and getting rotated at the last minute. It was a Saturday night and I got off my shift and went to a house party. We drank and drank and drank like teenagers do, British teenagers. And come Sunday morning, I was hanging. 9 AM as I'm heading to the bus stop, my phone rings. My boss is kicking off that I'm not in work. He'd altered the rota earlier in the week and I hadn't noticed. Oh, I'm too ill to be in. I've been throwing up. That's funny, because the manager from next town over just saw you at the bus stop. Seriously, I am genuinely ill. I should be okay tomorrow. No, you need to go to the doctor and get the all clear to come into work. Well, okay then. And this is the UK. Doctor's appointments are free, so I book one the next day. I tell the doctor the problem. I got drunk on Foster's and threw up, and asked him for a note declaring me fit for work. The doc explains that this is not an NHS covered thing outside of mental health, and as my employer requested it, it would be a chargeable item from the practice. He asks who my employer is and suggests that I check that they really require this. I call my boss from the doc's office. The doc says the certification is a chargeable thing. I don't care, either get certified to return or don't come back. The doc hears this and gets to work putting a certification letter together, tells me to not worry about the cost this time. He prints it and pops it in an envelope addressed to my boss and sends me on my way. I head in for my shift after lunch and hand the envelope to my boss. 5 minutes later, he's screaming down the phone. Turns out the doc had invoiced the franchise for the cost of the service, somewhere in the region of £200. You see, I like that doctor right there. The boss, on the other hand, not so much. You want me to refill your drink? Fine. I must have been 8 or 9 when this happened, but I think the story fits here. I went out to eat with my family at a chain restaurant that had one of those Coca-Cola machines with a touchscreen with options for whatever you want to drink. As we were leaving, my dad asked me to refill his drink. I protested, of course, since I just wanted to leave, but instead he made me wait in line while everyone else went to the car. He told me he wanted Coke, but when I selected Coke on the menu, there were at least 8 different types. Since all he said was he wanted Coke, I decided to give him every single flavor of it mixed together. I contained my smile as I calmly handed in the drink, and he sipped it only briefly before nearly spitting it out. What is this? Coca-Cola, but you didn't tell me what kind, so I got you all of them. Is it just me that used to do that anyway? Like, I'd mix all of the drinks together, like Sprite, Fanta, Coke, Diet Coke, just anything that I could do, I'd just mix them all together and drink it. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like. And if you want to submit your own stories, then you can do so by joining the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching and I will see you very soon.